Seriously, speaking of good guys, man, good guys, for real. Rest in peace, Bobby Eaton. No, I did not make this graphic. Yes, I made the name and the years, but this picture, I think, was made by the NWA. Beautiful. Yeah, pun intended, beautiful. You might, and look, you might remember, I don't know if it was Monday. I think it might have been Monday. Or it might have been last week's Thursday show. And I said that, you know, elderly people, you could just fall, break your hip, and die from those injuries. I know a lot of you remember that last week because I got a couple of emails today from you saying, holy shit, DT, do you hear what happened to Bobby Eaton? Now, we don't know the cause of death yet, but something that a lot of people don't know is that only about 2 weeks ago, Bobby Eaton had a horrible fall, hurt his hip extremely bad, broke a couple of fingers, and had to go to the hospital. Less than about 2 weeks later, he's gone. He's gone. I mean, I know over the years a few people who fell down a flight of stairs, slipped on ice in the wintertime, had a fall, go to the hospital, broken hip, broken leg, so, and they die a short time later. That's trauma. That's trauma to the body. I don't know if the fall is related to Bobby Eaton's passing, but way, way too soon. 62, 63, way too soon. Some of you out there who are younger fans never got to witness Bobby Eaton in real time. I will tell you that today, next few days, next week, you're going to get a crash course on not only how good of a guy this was, but how inspirational and influential he is to wrestlers of today, back in the 90s, the 2000s. There's a lot of wrestlers out there that Bobby Eaton was a very big part of their inspiration to become a wrestler. Was he the be-all, end-all? Probably not in most cases. Bobby Eaton was never that guy. You see, thank you. I may be under the weather. The brain is still pretty sharp. B-plus player. Remember that dopey tweet by some random schmuck online a couple of weeks ago about Eddie Guerrero? And you saw all those people online. They had to make their statement. You know, everybody had to try to top each other to tell us why Eddie Guerrero is an A-plus player. We already knew that. Why do you give attention to a random fuck out there that is looking for that? Bobby Eaton was an A-plus player. An A player. Not a B-plus player, an A player. I don't know about A-plus, but a player. Inside, outside the ring, he's A-plus. No question. You don't have to be a heavyweight champion. You don't have to have long title reigns. The Midnight Express, my God. Me, as I said, growing up into club music and disco and everything else, when the Midnight Express came out to that song, dun, 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 I got so sick of that song, sneaking into clubs with fake ID in the late 80s, 87, 88, 89, you know, and then hearing it over and over and over again. But then you start watching your tape trade and you're watching lots of Midnight Express, because here in the Northeast, I'm a New Yorker my entire life. And we were not treated to as much of the NWA and Southern wrestling as others. Tape trading was the way to go. Tape trading was not easy to do in the 80s, especially when you were a kid. You had to depend on your parents as well. But when they came out to that, every time I used to hear, bum, 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 Epic, epic. And what sucks is you can't even tune into the WWE network because they dub over all that shit. But Bobby Eaton was awesome. To pass away at that young of an age sucks. It sucks. And you might remember, because I remember Guardian of Chaos especially giving me a little bit of appreciation, that a lot of people out there ignore a lot of names who pass away in wrestling because they're just not big enough and they don't get attention. No love for Burt Prentice. You know, I understand that a ton of people out there don't know who he is, but to just bypass it because it's not a sexy enough name, that's fucked up. Bobby Eaton's wife passed away a few weeks ago. We talked about it on the shows. Remember we posted a few photos? He just lost his wife a couple of weeks ago. Imagine that depression, that sadness, that loneliness, and then has a horrible fall, and then 2 weeks later, he's gone. I mean, if we could be a little lighthearted for a minute and smile, for real. Could you imagine today, Bobby Eaton at the pearly gates? It's like checking into a hotel. You're going away for a weekend, a month, whatever it is, you go on a Jericho cruise. You go in your room, you put your suitcase on your bed, you open it up, you take a couple of things out, but you're like, fuck it, man, let's go get sun, let's drink, let's find Jericho, let's do this with that, and you leave the bag there. His wife in the pearly gates checking in, she probably didn't even completely unpack yet. The suitcase is still on the bed, and the door opens, and here's Bobby Eaton. Holy shit, I didn't even take my stuff out of my bags out yet, and you're here. Rest in peace, Bobby Eaton. Nothing else I could say that would pay any better tribute. I mean, I know people out there are going to read wiki bios and read word for word from other websites. All I know is that I enjoyed his shit. From the Midnight Express to the Dangerous Alliance to the Earl of Eaton. How many times do we talk about on this show before that I used to love? The Earl of Eaton. The Earl of Eaton. He even had a match in ECW. Shows up with Arn Anderson. Holy shit. The fans embraced him. You didn't have to go hardcore. Bobby Eaton, if you didn't understand how dumb that Eddie Guerrero tweet was, look around today, next couple of days, and you'll understand why Bobby Eaton is not a B-plus player. And Bobby Eaton, I know it sounds like I'm saying Heaton, but that's just my New York accent. But Bobby Eaton, you go back into history, not the most showboat of a person, but just so smooth. So freaking smooth in the ring. So rest in peace, Bobby Eaton. Thank you for the memories. Much love. And all the love that he's getting tonight, so well deserved. So well deserved.